So, welcome back. I am Daz from Loser Band. This is the Loser Band channel. I will tell you that Motörheadache are not a loser band, but Loser are in fact a loser band.
Loser tributes.
I have with me tonight the amazing Magpie. So Garry Bowler is the drummer. Been working with many acts. I'm going to ask you about the multiple acts, but tonight it was Motörheadache doing an amazing set of Motorhead classics from a variety of eras. So, Garry, Magpie,
Yes.
Can you start off with telling me about your history with Motörheadache? Let's start with that act, and how long have you been working with them, and how's Rob been taking you around?
Right, so I started with Rob a few years ago now, probably I don't know, about 8 years ago, something like that. And initially I was depping, so
Fill-in drummer.
Yeah, fill-in drummer. So I was helping Rob out when he was really desperate, and I was learning sets pretty quick, and then. Over the last couple of years, Rob's asked me to be more of a kind of permanent fixture in the band. He wanted to go down the route of the earlier material, which I kind of enjoy playing, through to the Mickey D stuff, obviously, but Phil Taylor particularly, and that's kind of where we are at the minute. So more, yeah, we saw a lot of UK stuff, and it's opened a few doors in Europe as well. So we've been to Europe, been to Holland recently. Had a Maniacs Festival we did. Been invited there through because you know I've got friends out in Europe as well, so it's nice we've done those shows. I'm very appreciative of the band.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. And I would say, in my humble opinion, as a member of a Motorhead tribute act in the UK, that Motörheadache are the premier, for sure, Motorhead tribute act in the UK. I mean, you guys have been around for quite a long time and really do it right.
Yeah. Rob's been championing the cause for quite a long time. Yeah. So credit to him really for keeping the music going, and you know. And,
let me dig into your history as well. There's another act that you were involved with, right? Yeah. So you were with Alan Davies. Yes. Alan Davies was the bass player with Hawkwind, right?
Yes.
And he did a Motorhead tribute act as well here in the UK.
Yes, he did. We did a tour, UK tour, 2017 to 2018, playing UK dates, and that was good fun.
And the name of the band was Ace
of Spades.
Yeah.
So we took that on the road, and it was great. And then Alan moved to America.
Mm-hmm. He's in California at the moment?
I think so, yeah. He's in the desert somewhere.
Okay, let's call it California. Could be somewhere southwest.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm still in contact with him. And he's keen to do something with me in the future. Fantastic. Which is something under wraps at the minute. That's will be released at some point very soon.
All right, so my viewers on my little channel with 100 people is not big enough to know what that secret is. But we could talk about something that isn't secretive. Yeah. You're working with another act which is not directly Motorhead related. So if I said the word Deep, does that mean anything?
Oh, the Deep.
Let's hear about the Deep.
Yeah, the Deep. No, that's Tony Coldham. He was part of a band. It was part of the Deep, which was formerly the Deep Machine, back to the New Album era. And Tony's resurged the band. I worked with Tony and guitarist Chris Borsbury, who the three of us worked with Kevin Riddles, ex-Angel Witch, and we worked with Baphomet. Kevin's Baphomet, which is the early Angel Witch material, which was the first album, which we toured last 3 years, and also Titan with a Y, which is what Kevin put together after Angel Witch. So we went out as a joint venture, and I played with Kevin and for 3 years, and then we broke away, and Chris, myself, and Tony. Sort of cemented ourselves with the Deep, and we have another guitar called Steve Goff in the band, and another friend of mine called John Brown, who was the bassist in Medicine Hat. And strangely enough, 4 of the members of the Deep worked in medicine at one point, which is a very strange coincidence. But there you go.
Yeah, it's a small world, right?
It's a very small world in the UK music scene. Yes.
Yeah, and I want to ask you advice as a professional who's been around for, let's say, decades, working in this industry. What would you say to a young up-and-coming musician who's thinking about getting into the industry? What has allowed you to have such longevity in the industry?
Blind stupidity, I think, more than anything else. I think it's determination and just focus and just keep going. Do what you do. Be yourself. There are pitfalls which will come across, and it's how you dig yourself out of those holes, really. You know, you've got to keep going. You've got to stay focused on and basically just keep going so you can't go no more.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So one of the things that you had in your history, if you don't mind my asking for this story,
yes,
you auditioned for a band that we all love, that we are paying homage to, that we are making a tribute to. 50 years of Motorhead, and you auditions for Motorhead.
Yes, it wasn't so much an audition, to be honest with you. It came about because I supported Motörhead with Blade back in '89 on the Christmas tour. So we did 2 nights at Hammersmith with them. And then I got to know the band and Wurzel particularly. And then I got a phone call a couple of years later, that's in '91. And Wurzel phoned and he invited me down to a studio in London. I went down and it was Phil Campbell and Wurzel. Lemmy wasn't there because he moved out to LA. But they were working on new material for the Motörhead album. And Phil Taylor's kit was set up. And they asked me if I'd help them out with the material, which I did. And then they recorded the demos, sent them on to Lemmy. And the same evening, after we'd finished messing about in the studio with the new stuff, they asked me if I was interested in joining the band. So I'm really honoured to be probably one of the only guys to be asked to join the band without auditioning.
And what was it that prevented it?
A couple of things, really. Mickey D he was known by Lemmy anyway, because of his work with King Diamond and I think Dokken at the time. And so Lemmy knew of him. I think he'd already asked him beforehand. But Phil and Wurzel were keen to get me over there. Well, the LA riots kicked off.
Yeah.
So the Rodney King situation, yeah. So that kicked off. LA was like ablaze with riots and things. It was too dangerous to go out there. And Mickey was available, and I think there was an Aussie tour booked, and he did the Aussie tour, I think.
Makes sense.
And that's kind of where it went. And I've still got a postcard from Wurzel apologising for the fact I didn't get the position, but that's
simply amazing. I have to say, it's not every day I get to sit next to someone who was offered a seat on the drum throne of Motorhead. But what a beautiful moment in history, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you know, something I will treasure forever. You know.
Yeah.
And it was just came out of the blue. Very strange. I worked with Wurzel a bit later on. When Wurzel left the band, we did a spoof of Ace of Spades. It's called Waste of Space, and it was written and we recorded it, and I think we had Vic Reeves down to do the video.
Okay.
But unfortunately Motörhead's management wouldn't allow him to release it. So he had a script for it and we recorded it, and it's actually, I actually have a copy of it. It's quite funny. So I continue to see Wurzel afterwards. Yeah, nice guy. That was that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's simply amazing. All right, so let's go back to advice side of things. While I've got, I know it's 2 a.m. and you want to get out of here. Can you hit us with from a drummer's perspective?
Yeah.
What you look for in an act when you're joining an act? What is it about them that attracts you to give it your attention?
I would say the drummer is the focal point for me, because everything's based around the foundation of the drummer. And if you've got a weak drummer in the band, it's very noticeable. I always focus on the drum because that's the heartbeat of the song, it's the heartbeat of the band. Everything else is built around it.
Yeah.
So it's very important that you get a solid drummer. They don't have to be flashy, they just need to be solid and in time. And that's it, really.
No, that's really fantastic advice, right? Have the fundamentals, right?
Yeah.
So be solid, be in time.
Solid in time, yeah.
You can add some flavor after the fact, but if you go for the flavor first and you don't have the fundamentals,
that's right.
Yeah, serious problem. Yeah. We owe you one other thank you, which is tonight, Saturday night, here at the No Sleep Till Blackpool Motorhead weekend.
Yes.
You provided the backline, right? So those were your drums tonight. Everyone was playing.
Yes, they were. Yeah, I don't always let people use my drums.
They're gorgeous,
but it was only because it saved a lot of time and faffing about.
Yeah,
and people and the drummers were fantastic. They were great guys, great guys, and I don't normally let them use the kit to that degree, but it was fine today. Yeah, it's really good. And thanks for that. Yeah, the kit's quite special. Because it's probably the only one on the UK, I think.
Oh, tell
that configuration.
Now you can't run away until you tell us what is it special about the kit.
Well, it's the 1970s, and part of the kit I bought it as a 5-piece, so it was like a 24-inch bass drum, standard size is 14-inch depth, and it came with I think a 13, 16, 18 floor tom. But I needed a second bass drum, and I saw one for sale, and it belonged to John Moss from Country Club. So I had that rewrapped by a guy called Keith Koff from, he had KD drums at the time up in Stockport, and he rewrapped it. We got the wrap from the States, and he rewrapped it to match. So it's a quite special kit. But then it goes alongside modern Pearl hardware.
Mm-hmm.
So it's quite rock solid, really. You know.
And the cymbals are incredible. You're using pasty cymbals.
Yeah, the rude cymbals. Yeah,
double triangle up top.
Yes, yeah, very loud, aggressive to get over the noise of the other guys. You know. Yeah.
No, you definitely cut through.
Well, I hope so. That's my job.
I know. See, I said I was going to let you go. I'll let you go. Your set was simply amazing. I know you were playing a lot of songs you hadn't really worked together on.
No, I hadn't rehearsed these things. No, it was really flying by the seat tonight. But it was enjoyable.
You nailed it.
Yeah, I think we did okay.
I think the crowd really enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed it. And thank you, Magpie, for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.